some of the notes weren't there.
Sure.
I don't know. I wasn't very happy with the sound I was getting.
How come?
It just wasn't. It wasn't as good as I know I can do.
Right.
But
Well, you weren't last. You did have to sit for a long
Yeah.
time, so nothing was warmed up, right?
But I wasn't quite super in the string. I wasn't really like especially on this last part. I wasn't really getting a lot of these chord notes as articulated as
Yeah.
they should be.
Yeah. That was one point that I would really think of is these quarter notes is bum 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 bum,
Yeah.
thinking really like your quarter note in Mozart fourth movements, especially like this. It's less so in 39 because the first movement is so slow, but typically your quarter note in the last movement is going to be the same stroke as your eighth note in the first movement, right? Just a little bit off, but you're still thinking light, dun 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 dun, right? It's slower than because this is kind of a fast first movement, but it's the same idea. You want that shortness, and then the eighth note stroke is going to be closer to on the string, but with the bow bouncing while it's on the string, right? Good. I wish some of these, try the first one of the last movement. I'm looking for a nice end to these phrases. It's difficult to transition. It's kind of like a gymnast. You have to flip around and then stick that landing at the end. Yes. Think of that half note. Think of the long note as starting from the string. Right? And take it away. Yes. Yeah. Yes, plant those downbeats. It works really well that way. You lost a little bit of tempo throughout the make sure that keeps flowing, right? I wish there had been a little bit more separation before E in some of these dotted quarter notes. Right? A little bit more, not pecky, but just a little more space. Yeah. Think balance point, think a little further out. Yeah. Yeah, and coming off. Right? Try to almost Mozart 35, eighth notes. Yes, yeah. You're landing the plane. This quarter note stroke is off the string, comes from above. Yeah. Yes. Yeah, that's the ticket. That'll make those quarter notes nice and crisp. Good. In terms of the first movement, same as here. I would think balance point. When you're generating the stroke, you're a little bit close to the hand. That's going to choke that off. Same as with Cole. As you move higher, think longer bow. That upper end of it's getting a little choked, which is also a byproduct of being a little too close to the hand. It means you can't open up that bow, right? You can't use more if you're too close. A little bit of the transition between quarter and eighth. It wasn't like that, but establishing that tempo, there was a little bit of a hiccup in that tempo. So maybe your G minor scales, going back and forth between quarters and eighths, so that you can really stick that. And it's another distribution problem because you're coming from the high G, using almost double the amount of bow, and then coming down again where it's a more compact first position, spiccato, right? So it's a little bit of a distribution issue. Good. In general, really, really solid. The tempos were right. The fact last movement could go faster, obviously. It's on the low end of acceptable, but you're right in the ballpark. Really, really good work. All right, that brings us close to our time. Really, really good job, everybody. Julie, I'll get a tape from you soon.